Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nicky C, all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have here my partner, my sister, my friend, this beautiful queen, founder of Warrior Women, and she is none other than Desiree Cruz. She is my sidekick today. We are going to be talking about the Warrior Women BALM Global Conference. First, how are you, babe?
I'm totally in the holiday spirit. I'm feeling it. I'm trying to really get myself into just being such gratitude for this season. I don't know about you, but this season I love Christmas so much. I love the spirit of it all. I love, even though it's busy right now, I love the calmness of Christmas. And I love sitting there with a cup of coffee, and I love really thinking about, I don't know about you, I'm sure you do because you're a phenomenal leader, but in those moments where you're sitting with your family, you really get to sink in what God's done in your life and the mission that he's called over your life. I feel like it hits in holidays tenfold. And I just like to sit there and really take this all in that look at us. We're able to use what he's called us to do, to sit here and just really sit in that. And he's called us to something, and here we are doing it, Nikki. And I really love taking this time to really sit there,
Yeah, definitely. For sure. For me, this holiday season has been really different. It has been super different. A lot of amazing things to witness, a lot of, heartaches as well, just all of it happening back to back, but still being able to have our smile and just be blessed and just know that we still have breath in our lungs, that we can still do what we have to do, even when life challenges us, even when they throw these arrows, as we say. But it has been absolutely phenomenal to be working side by side with you all year long, just on all the initiatives we have, both together and separately. And it's been a journey to really watch that no matter what's happening, we're still getting it done. And I just love that. And yes, being able to sit down in this holiday season and really reflect on what 2024 has done for not just for us, but the women that we have served all year long. And those that don't even know, that we're a phone call away, we're a click of a DM away, to really making, this continue to rise and grow. And I'm just, so excited for all of it. So thank you again for joining me today. And we are going to be talking about a few things, but we can't get this party started without reflecting on what Warrior Women Won was and what it looked like. So we're going to share that with you guys. So just bear me one moment. We're going to get this up and running and just enjoy and kind of tell me what you feel when you see this video. So you can drop your comments, subscribe, share, and here we go.
She is a warrior, ain't nothing gonna slow her down. She is a warrior, yeah. She is a warrior, ain't nothing gonna slow her down. She is a warrior, she's taking this battleground. She is a fighter, a crier, she ain't gonna lose this round. She is a warrior, yeah. She sees the way, and it ain't paid. Rubies of gold. She's gonna train her mind, gotta keep her in line, keep her eyes on the Lord. She's ready to battle, gonna take that enemy down. She fears the evil, holding her ground. She is a warrior, ain't nothing gonna slow her down. She is a warrior, she's taking this battleground. She
Wow. I still get chills. Thank you, Christina Rowan, for joining us on YouTube. So good to have you here. She said she feels proud to be part of this group. Extremely proud. Thank you. We are lucky and happy to have you on this journey with us. Desiree, what? Talk to me.
I just sat there and I watched it, and I was saying hey to Christina, but I sat there and I thought to myself, like, there were so many smiles, there was just pure fun, I saw straight empowerment through the whole thing. I saw people's books, I saw their businesses, I saw them dancing and just like really empowering and taking on their full self, and standing firm in that and in their story, which is so beautiful for me, especially for a woman who's I spent a lot of my time and a lot of my life really not sharing my story. So I feel like to see now us hosting platforms and spaces where you and I are both able to not only model what that is like, but empower and see it kind of keep going and going and going and lighting these sparks constantly with the girls. It's beautiful. It really is. It's just so beautiful, and we're just so thankful to have the fellowship that we have and the sisterhood that we have with these women like Christina, to be able to have this as part of our life as women, to be able to do this together and to learn from one another and hear each other out, and kind of break through that barrier of like what happens before you've shared your story versus who you are after you share your story. It's like it's a catalyst.
Yes, it definitely is. And the biggest part of it is when you really get in these rooms, and what I seen women embrace women they met for the very first time, but they left out of there like they've known each other for years. That's really hard to come by, and to be able to witness, as we followed up with everyone, we did some calls where we kind of bring everyone back together to just kind of get feedback, because obviously, this is going to be something annual. This is a movement, and we want to make sure that we are hitting every target when it comes to what your goals are, what your lifestyle, what you want your lifestyle to look like, and how do you want to show up as a woman in this space, telling your story. And you said that you held your story for so long, and I'm sure there's still more stories you have within you that you still haven't shared. And we have a lifetime that we don't know if tomorrow's promised, and you never want to leave this earth without sharing that, without that peace of mind that you need. Like it's absolutely necessary, especially now when we have women that are just not believing in themselves, or there's still some type of barrier that's holding them back. And life is just so precious to live that with the tools that we have combined, Desiree, I feel like it has been just phenomenal to be able to continue to showcase this over and over again. And we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it big. And before we get into all of that, let's just recap on our keynotes. First of all, our first 4 keynotes, amazing, phenomenal women that we've been rocking with for quite some time, and new women that enter into our world. Tiffany Harris, Marilyn Morales, Krista,
And
Amanda Ors. These were 4, oh my goodness, powerhouses that we've been watching.
Yeah.
Right. And we were very strategic on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we had, of course, we can't leave out our host, right? Our MC, which is Carolyn. She is absolutely a powerhouse, phenomenal. She's also our newest lead woman entrepreneur sponsor for this podcast right here, Building a Leadership Mindset. And that was because of the connection of going to Tampa, hearing her be a judge at the Mike Story, supporting Desiree and Jesse, and because I believed in the they did, that it formed these connections. So tell us a little bit about our MC, our keynotes, and just what you've seen happen that day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, just watching everybody from the beginning and then having them come in and do what they did. Marilyn Morales and the finale of her, and having her, the whole ancestry representation with the teenage girls that she brought in, and the drumming and the singing with Renilda, and seeing her like do all these things with the galas and the non-for-profit things that she's done for Getting Busy with Izzy. I've been blown away, honestly. I was just at that golf tournament that she hosted, and it was just an incredible movement to be a part of. So like, we really get to dive into each other's world and really support what each other are doing, because we want to do that for one another. We want to be part of the movements that they're all creating, you know. Krista Fee, I don't know if you just saw, but she just recently dropped an entire textbook series of her entire movement for Battle to Be. So, you know, with human trafficking and all the things that she's involved in, it's just simply incredible with her story. It was honestly, she's one of my heroes. Krista Fee is like a hero for me. And she just she's just super incredible too. And then Tiffany Harris just went and became a doctor on us.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, girl, we see you. So, I mean, she just went and did all that. And then Amanda, you know, she's been winning hard too. She got a new position. She is definitely feeling at more peace, is making more money, having better hours, having better family stuff. So she just, you know, everybody is just doing their own wins from this, and to watch it all and to see it all, I just feel like it's just incredible. And then Carolyn, she's just her own stage. She's just simply phenomenal. So I'm happy that and I love that you put that, because it's true. When you show up in the rooms, you connect with everybody, and you know, we encourage people to do that. We encourage people to connect. Like, as a leader, I feel like it's super important for us to do that, to say, hey, listen, like, please connect with this person, because this and this is going to make sense, and like, do that and encourage that, because that's where beautiful things, like, now she's a sponsor on a podcast, and everybody wins, right? It's a continual lift of continual collaboration. I love all of it.
Yes. And we're going to talk about that a bit later as well, about collaboration versus competition, because that's kind of, especially in these spaces of women, we are we're busting those myths for sure. Yeah. 100,000%. So let's talk about Warrior Women 2. Yeah. We got the venue. Tell us the details, date and time, and just the mission.
So Nicky, I'm so happy to be able to say that we're coming to my neck of the woods this time. I love Cherry Hill so much. Cherry Hill was phenomenal, and I loved coming out, and I loved being there, and I loved meeting some people, and we had carfuls of people coming, and it was phenomenal. Cherry Hill is beautiful. It's a beautiful little spot. And so is upstate New York. So a lot of times when people think, when I say I'm from New York, they think New York City, but that's not where I live at all. I'm actually closer to Canada. I'm up really high in the north, and I live in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. So it's an incredibly beautiful region of 9 massive lakes. So there's no oceans, there's no jellyfish, there's no crabs, it's just lakes, and it's freshwater. So you could go in and you're not going to get stung, and you're not going to get bit. And they're beautiful, and they're massive. They look like an ocean, but it's not an ocean, it's a lake. So it's completely different. There's no salt going into your eyes and in your mouth. And this venue it's just a picture perfect glimpse of what Canandaigua, New York looks like. Canandaigua Lake is one of the 9 Finger Lakes in our region, and we're going to be hosting it right on Canandaigua Lake. And I'm just so excited to be able to have the spot that we have and have it be where it's opened up to, like, so you can see the whole lake, the whole pier, and it's just right there, and it's just going to be simply breathtaking. And it includes like a private outdoor space, so we get our own deck and we get all bay windows, and it's just going to be very comfy lake feel.
Yes, I love that. When you first showed me, and I know we looked at a couple locations, and with any event, you have to think about, does it make sense, right? Does it make sense? Is there going to be not just the impact, but also the finances that come with it, the time that it takes to get the things together, like the photographer, the videographer, what are we going to do with our keynotes this time, and just stepping it up just another level. But looking at the spaces, I feel like this space is so inviting to really just peel off the layers that we've been holding for so freaking long. That it's going to be an experience. It's definitely going to be different. It's not your regular corporate room. It's definitely going to be laid back, comfy. It's going to be heart-centered, which is always at the core of what we do at the Warrior Women BALM Global, which I think, again, the place is very important. I just came back from Chicago looking for a spot for our tour next year. So, and I had a couple set up, and definitely the O'Hare area was looking good because, it was convenient. But we're not really about convenience. We're really about impact. Yes, convenience is good, but when you are going for something bigger that is yourself, you're going to make those sacrifices, right? You're going to make sure that these things fit in your budget, that you are able to step into this room and leave out of this room transformed better than you've ever thought you can be. So location is important. I'm glad and I'm blessed that we got this location. And let's just talk about the date, the time, and kind of what the visual is for this event.
Yeah, so we decided that we're going to keep it on a Saturday, which is really great because then it allows people to come in and allows people to hang out and not have to rush. And it's kind of like the middle piece that's like the most tasteful, right? Is where the meeting and where the event will actually happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the actual event will be on Saturday. On Friday, we'll have a very special private, something that's connected to the lake for all of the keynotes, which is going to be fantabulous. Plus, a special photography shoot that comes with that evening at sunset on the lake. Like, it's just going to be simply incredible. And with that special experience that we're creating, there is a lake boat ride that comes with being one of our keynotes for this. So I'm so excited about that whole piece of it because you get your professional photography done. You get to hang out with us on the lake. We get to really like celebrate each other on a special private exclusive boat ride during the sunset with all your girls. I mean, to me, it's like, if I'm gonna come hang out, I would.
Yes, I am always coming in VIP style for sure.
Yeah, like I would come hang out on a boat and do a private boat ride with a bunch of amazing women that can speak into my life of how I can grow. That's what I want to do on a weekend. So it's like, this is just going to be so phenomenal. And then on the Sunday after, as people are getting ready to leave, but we still want it to be where there's still some value add on Sundays and also as well. So we have some things up our sleeves that we're going to do, and we're going to utilize the space and utilize the natural surroundings of the beauty around us. And so lots of ways for us to use the space to connect even further with networking. And those are the times where you really get to do that whole behind the scene networking, exchanging information, getting to really see people a little bit more on a personal level rather than like being in the event. And really having those conversations that really matter that you can take with you so that you can do that follow up. That's pretty good, because we all know at the follow up, that's really where you figure out where that collaboration can come in. So I highly recommend to stick around for those kinds of moments, because those kinds of moments really, really matter when it comes to these kinds of spaces, because it provides just that opportunity among the women to really be able to hang out more. So right on the lake, girl.
Yes, we will be on the lake. We are also looking for Airbnbs around the area. So those that want to come in a day earlier and leave a day later, so that we can, what I did in my whole networking time with my team when we were doing the travel club, what we would do is we would just all, like 15 of us, just get a home, beautiful amenities. You know, everyone has their own room. Sometimes I slept on the couch. I was totally okay with that. Like, give me the living room. I'm good. But that's what we did. We would go to these events and we would come back and we were mastermind. We would dissect everything. We will plan out what our future is going to look like. We'll have our breakthrough sessions. It was really beautiful and magical. And I want to bring this to everything we do moving forward for these weekend events, because it really is the before, the after, and then the during is it's really the icing on the cake. It's where you're going to get all your questions answered. It's where you're going to get all the tools you need. But really, it's really about building those relationships. We already know in heart that art is relationship, and we want to highly focus on that every year that we do it, and every time that we come together for whatever type of event. But this is really going to be something different, something that you may have not experienced. And if you have, do it again. Do it as many times as you can. If I can be at a conference every weekend, I mean, I think I'm truly addicted at this point because they're so good. I was just at a Christmas with Collins in New Jersey with Judith, Maryland, and some of our other ladies, and great connections. And it's just great when you have people that are on the same alignment and they just want to, again, just make impact and grow their businesses and support their families. And we have all the tools to get you there, right? If there's any struggle or even doubt in your mind that you can duplicate what we're doing, these are the rooms you have to get into. So I'm excited. I'm super excited about just welcoming all the new ladies, those that have been with us since day one. Wow, we have 45 women in the Warrior Women series, right?
Yeah, just it's not exactly 45, but it's pretty close to 45 between the three series. Yeah, so series 3 is up now, and we're in the process of making that series right now. And it's another phenomenal group of women, just all over, different stories, different ages, different backgrounds, different ways to be able to speak into the audience of like, hey, listen, this is my story, and this is how, you know, it changed me forever, and this is what I did, so that you can implement it. And I love that you said that you're like addicted to going to the events, because the events really create that spark back in you to be able to keep reminding you why you're working so hard behind the scenes for these things, because you get to hear and you become motivated and you get hope and you get inspired and you see that, you know, this was the outcome for her, so it can be the outcome for me. You know, she does this really well, I feel like I could do that really well too, right? And so you kind of bounce those things off in a non-competitive way, and understanding that we're all leading in different ways and nobody can tell your story better than you can. So it really just takes away all of the other stuff to worry about, because it's about your story, which is very, very uniquely to you. And that's what makes it so powerful, because then we can teach each other. And that's truly empowerment. So
absolutely. And I like just going back to how many rooms we've shared together that we've been either a part of in our lifetime individually as well, it just never seems to amaze me. There's always another aha moment. There's always, and I think that's probably why, since I went to my first event where I actually spoke on the stage, you know, because if you want to be a speaker, you got to get on a stage, right? You have to find them or build them yourself. And I'm glad that we're building them and we're sharing how to do that as well. But since that day one, you know, 2022, it's going on 3 years, and I have not had a break, not 1 month. I'm at least at one virtual event or at one live event or both or multiple, because it's so important for your personal growth to keep growing, to stay out of those things that are not serving you. Mm-hmm. The news, the negativity, the hate, all those things that are going on around us. Mm-hmm. What we have been able to do is really take those negative things and turn them into a positive with all the work that all of our ladies are doing in all industries, because it's not just in one. We have bookkeeping, we have health coaching, we have life coaching, we have podcasters, authors, we doctors, have scientists, mathematicians. Like, come on, like really powerful women. And I just love that it just continues to grow, and we invite you to that. I don't know where my life would be. Like, we are literally in our studio, which we're going to do our ribbon ceremony this Saturday on the 28th, which was not in my game plan. Desiree, did I tell you that we were getting an office to have one-on-one, face-to-face spaces? No, not at all. But you know what? Because I showed up, because my ladies showed up, because I kept getting in rooms with Desiree and Marilyn and all the ladies that we're connected to, God made this happen. God made this happen less than 30 days after celebrating our 2-year anniversary. And I just couldn't pass up on the offer. Is it scary? Heck yeah. Do I know God's going to make it work? I absolutely do. It's just mind-blowing what happens when you share your story. And again, 3 years ago, I shared my validation story that I was no longer going to let other outside entities validate my purpose and why I'm stepping into this. And we want that for each and every person that crosses our path. And I know Desiree has powerful stories of miracles that just happen in her life, and that's through her faith. And you know, and it's in honor of her daughter, Faith. Oh my God, I'm getting chills right now. I met her husband first at that event and heard their story, and I've been just in awe on taking the heart and the pain that we've been given, the cards that we've been dealt, and still being able to make life worth fighting for, worth living, worth creating impact. So yeah, just wanted to share that.
You just made me so teary-eyed too, and I'm like, don't do it, Nick, don't do it.
I'm sorry,
it's incredible, and it's a blessing, right? And I don't take it for granted. And congratulations on your space and your evolution and just all the stuff with all the ladies, between all the ladies. Every one of them is growing, taking risks, you know, putting things out and sharing their mission and really shining bright. And that's what it's all about. And the more we can do that and have that be a thing where we're modeling what that looks like, it's like having a bunch of stars come together in the sky and then they light up the room, right? Because that's what it really is like. It's like life can be and is promised to be, really, when we think about it. He promises for us to have these struggles and these storms and these arrows and all these things. But when you choose to do more with the response of the storms and to turn that thing around and have it be where it's impacting other people's lives on a positive, especially like in memory of like our ancestors and our children, and you know, generational curses that we're breaking, and legacies that you're leaving behind, and those things like that. At the end of the day, that's the stuff that really matters. That's the human part of this, right? The human part of this is that we're all women and we all have our own stories and we all had our own storms, but it's more about the resilience and about the boldness and about the faith and all of these really, really amazing wins, and really shining light on really what it seems to be like a world that kind of needs light to be brought back in pretty heavy. Because it can get dark really quick if you look at that, right? But if you surround yourself with a bunch of shining stars, it changes the way that you view things. And then you're around people who are doing things like opening their own offices and starting their whole mission from a whole different storefront, right? Like, it's like, those are the kinds of things that happen. That's the result of these kinds of communities. So yeah, I think it's just incredible. And I love how many stars we have, Nikki. It's so many stars. They're all their own star. Yeah. It's just like when you're around a bunch of stars, what do? You shine. Yeah. You know, you don't go dim, you shine, baby. Like, I'm here.
Yes. And what I love about it is that each star shines the other star even 10 times brighter. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about it, because there is no me. There is, how can we support? Mm-hmm. How can I help you? How can I, and not how can I, here is it, right? Like, you don't even have to ask for it, but if you say something and you're saying, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, and you're not asking for it, you're just kind of venting, and you have someone in your DM in these beautiful communities, and they're saying, here, look at, this is what I searched for you. No one had to, like, we didn't ask for it. People don't have to do it, but this is what we've created. And I'm really super, super duper proud of all of that and all of the shining stars that we have. And we're just ready to create more. We're ready to like flip that switch on many more stars that maybe feel like, you know, they have been dimmed for far too long. And it's time to really get out of that. And again, surround yourself with the women that are going to help uplift you and grow and, you know, pour life and favor into you, and it's without any expectation. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what we've created, and I absolutely love it. And then, so let's talk about the details. What date? Did we say the date?
Yeah, Saturday, August 9th.
Yes.
And it's going to be in upstate New York. And it's going to be a full day conference with some back-to-back things that will go on both end caps of that to make it such a really great experience for the whole entire weekend. And we already have some wonderful keynotes that have been locked in. So I would love to talk about that.
Yes, let's announce them.
So we have 4 spots for keynotes, and we already have 3 people who have locked in. Without us putting it out, they just know that we're doing it, and sent in, and we had conversations, and you know, we're so excited to be able to announce such powerful, amazing, just incredible storytellers, just phenomenal women, really shining stars. And I love that some of them are coming back and saying, one of them, like, she came in as a VIP speaker. Now she is going to be our keynote speaker. So I'm so excited to see that step, and to be able to lift her in a way that is taking her to a keynote level, which is amazing because she deserves it. She's phenomenal. Lori Murphy is someone that's really been investing in herself in all ways. And she's growing, and she's podcasting, and she's part of books, and she's getting on stages, and she's just all of these amazing things, plus working full time and just still putting in the work for that. So I'm excited about Lori Murphy coming in and saying, I want to be even more, and sign me up immediately. And then we got Tanisha Reed. I know that you saw her in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
She made my whole entire jaw drop onto the floor when she spoke. She got up there. She has such confidence. Her whole thing is I am queen. She's in books and a coach and doing all the things with helping women get their stories out. And, speaking is her whole, she wants to tour around the whole world, just speaking into the lives of specifically young ladies. And I'll let her tell you the rest of her story, but just phenomenal impact that she's going to bring on a whole different level, especially for the teen girls that are going to be in the room. She is going to completely be a force in their life. And I love that so much, because as someone who, I didn't have a lot of mentors, right? I had like celebrity mentors because I didn't have real life mentors, if that makes sense. So I really looked up to like Oprah and Beyonce because I didn't have like real life women in my life to be able to speak into me. So when I see these young women come into our space and have speakers speak to them, and they're like Ivy's daughter Willow, it is so powerful to me that we're able to have speakers come in and speak to them, because like they get this at such a earlier age than we did,
Yeah.
and that's our leaders of the future. So I definitely see like Ivy's daughter being a leader in a women empowerment space. I'm just going to call that over her life now. No, whether that not happen or not, I just feel like because of these kinds of seeds and her coming up to these kinds of events already at such a young age, I just see her really taking lead in the future when it comes to these kinds of things.
Absolutely.
And then Krista Fee, she's coming back. She said, I'm coming for round 2.
Yes. And she's coming with a vengeance, because she has just like blown up in just this last year. Well, not even a year, because it was June 1st. Just everything that has been coming into her life. I've been watching her behind the scenes, and I'm just so proud of just everything that she's doing. And it's such an important topic. It's such an important initiative. Just what she does, her story, and I won't say it all out there, but she's phenomenal. And I'm just glad she's like, I want to come back for round 2. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this impact. It's not something that we just talk about lightly, about these transformations and about all these things. Like, this is real life. This is real challenges. And it could be as simple as, I just don't like looking in the mirror at myself.
Yeah.
Well, what does that stem from? Why don't you love yourself? Why don't you love your body? Who has told you that you can't do something, that you're not worthy? And break all of those barriers. And that doesn't define you, and really give you the guide, the tools that shifts your mindset and your heart to really say, you know what, this is me. I own this. I am a child of God, and I am going to make the difference. And my story is going to impact lives beyond my family, my friends, and, my coworkers. This is going to go for a lifetime. And if that's you right now, and you are ready, and you just don't know where to get started, or someone that knows someone that knows someone, you need to be in this room in New York. The sacrifice is real. You won't regret it. Like I said, my life changed every single time in every single room. Not just the first one, not the second one, but every single 30, 50, 60, however many it has been for the past couple of years. That has been the theme, is that if you go in there with intent, and what I love about us is we prepare you. We prepare you for what you are going to get, how to do the follow-up, what's important, what to take away, and how it has just multiplied in abundance of growth in your following, in your sales, in everything a part of your life and your business is in this room. And I'm just excited. I'll stop there. What are your thoughts?
I just want to say too, just that video alone that was created for the Warrior Women BALM Global Conference, the first video that was made. Shout out to Chris Collins. I know you guys just went to that event recently, and he was our videographer for that event, which he did phenomenal. He always does phenomenal, you know. But I don't know if you've seen kind of what it was when we first put it out versus what it is now. So like speaking about like building the following, right? So this video alone, when we first put it out, right, all of these women that are in that video are lifted by the thousands. So this video has hit like almost 4,000 likes and views. And because of that 4,000 likes and views, every person in that video and their stuff. So like you see the books and you see their vendors and you see their mission and you see them speaking and you see them collaborating and all the things that are in the video. You just got 4,000 views on us, right? Like, because that's what the power does of collaboration when you come together. So you get in these rooms, and between the videography and the photography and the networking and all of the different things that come from it, and then you get to, I feel like the speakers is just a cherry on top because they're speaking life into you. It's just, it's a really good way to get in the room, meet a lot of people, and to be seen and to be heard and to show up and just say, listen, like, I'm here to show up, even if you don't know anybody that's in the room. Even if you know some of the people in the room, right? Every time it's so different.
Yeah. I just have to touch on that because that actually totally happened to me this weekend. So we were at the Christmas with Chris Collins. It was in New Jersey. Obviously, Emilio, Daniela, Marilyn, Judith, they were all there. So we're all connecting each other with people that we know. But what we didn't know, to our surprise, we were actually interviewed on a radio station. And we got content that we didn't have to pay extra for either. And of course, I told, I went first because Emilio had introduced me to the gentleman. And he literally just tagged me on Facebook right now. I have the asset. I can use it over and over. And I'm like, Judith, go ahead, talk about Say It Out Loud GG. Marilyn, go ahead, talk about Izzy's legacy. And it was literally a minute and a half of content that, one, you didn't have to spend time to do. And two, you can repurpose that over and over again. And it's all about showing up. It's all about staying on top of mind and just really your mission. It's not just to show a pretty face. It's right. Truly the mission, but you have to show your pretty face over and over and over again so that you know that people take you, one, serious, two, your names are being spoken in rooms where you're not even there. And it's happened. It's like, oh my goodness, we went in this room and you know how many people told Marilyn, I know about you, and she didn't know about them? Because people are speaking. As long as you show up and you say your mission over and over, whether you're seeing the likes or the loves, what we have created is those little tools that is going to help you, your business, your story, your mission, and so on, and your growth. And that's what we want to. We've been doing this quite some time. We've learned all the ins and outs about it. And we're just learning as well and growing through all of this. And it just keeps getting better. But you just never know. And that's what happened to us literally this weekend, where people were like, oh my goodness, so you are Nicky Cuesta. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I felt so bad. But that's what happens. So great point on that.
Yeah, I love that. I think we should do a challenge. You want to do a challenge? Do you want to do it? Do you want to challenge our people who are listening here? because
Yeah.
I can't see anybody that's hopped on at all, but I do know that there is some that would hop on. But then I also know that there's going to be some people who are going to be doing hashtag replay because of all the holiday season stuff that's happening right now with families. I know everybody's pretty busy right now, but we could do a challenge and just say, hey, you know, whoever is able to share this video to this amount of girls in the quickest amount of time gets a prize or something like that, and I can send them a book and get a free War Woman book on me, or, you know, just be really cool about having like a challenge that be attached to this afterwards, and just try to get the word out, because we had a lot of women there who had a really great time, and we had a lot of follow-up conversations of people who had a really great time. And now what I want to do is a call to action to the women who came into the room and had a great time. Share this video. Share to them, like, listen, come to this. I had so much fun at this. I got a lot of information from this. I felt like I walked out and didn't even spend $1 because of how much value I got from this. This is something I highly recommend. Share this video, and then let's link a challenge to this. This would be so much fun.
Awesome.
It'll be a free Christmas gift heading your way.
Yes, and I can send out a Building a Leadership Mindset book as well. So they'll get 2 books. And not only that, I'm part of the Warrior Women series. And let me tell you, if those stories do not change your mind about how you should move forward in life and turn your your challenges into legacy? It's not challenges. To turn your life lessons into legacy, then there's so much you're going to get out of these 2 books. So I'm down for the challenge. Are you still there, Desiree, or did you get stuck?
I see a little connecting. There you are.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so let's do it. Let's do a challenge. We'll post the video, and whoever shares that video to 10 girls in the quickest amount of time, we'll do and then once you share it to 10 girls,
oh, I think she got stuck again. Hello, one smart lady. Thank you, Krista and Ada, for joining. There are some others on here. It looks like there's 5 people on watching. If you didn't comment, just say hello. Let us know you're here. There she goes. We're trying to get her back on here.
Hi.
So I got you. Hey.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do. They'll get a free book for whoever shares this video 10 times. So that video was just played, that Nicky played. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for coming on. It's so nice seeing all of them. I love all you guys so much. So we're going to share the video for the Warrior Women BALM Global. Whoever shares it the most in the quickest amount of time to 10 different girls, we're going to send you a free gift. If you've already gotten those gifts once before, gift them for a holiday gift. It is a gift to give.
Yeah,
it's a great gift.
Yes, just pay it forward. Absolutely. I love it. So there you have it, August 9, 2025 in New York, but definitely block off your calendars from the 8th to the 10th, because more surprises there, more details on that coming up in the new year. I am just super excited for all of it. But let's touch base on why this is important. We talked about collaboration, and we talked about versus competition. Mm-hmm. A lot of these spaces house some type of animosity where people that kind of do the same thing are always trying to pick and pull and get people in their community or get people in their co-authorships. What I love about our group and what we've created is that we actually empower that. One, as a life coach, we're just all busy. As a coach, period, we're all moms. Some of us have 9-to-5 jobs. Some of us, have nonprofit organizations on top of our, business and things like that. And it's just so much to handle. And then what I love to do is I love to just pay attention. I'm very resourceful. I see what gifts, what do I want to do, what I don't want to do, what gifts people have that I don't have. And I am just like that connector, that matchmaker. That's why I created Ladies of Leadership, for that same reason, because I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you, I can bring women together and empower and motivate them and share all the skills that I definitely don't want to die with, right? And be able to impact lives. And again, this just goes back to the movement. So tell me your thoughts on this topic, collaboration versus competition.
Yeah, I love that. You hit on a really good point. Is like you lead in a way that is different than me, right? You're stronger in some areas than I am, right? And I'm stronger in some areas than you are. And so we find by relationship and by vulnerability and by authenticity, like keeping it really real of who we are behind the scenes, and then saying, this is where I shine and this is where you shine, and I see that, so like let's do this together. So now there's pieces of where we get to lift each other in these spaces, which is great. So like having the girls in our communities be the keynotes, like to be able to lift them in that way is incredible. To be able to have things where the videography and the photography and all of these kinds of pieces are also from the women in our communities and things like that, when able, is another great way to be able to pull people in and to lift their companies. And then also like behind the scenes things when it comes to events, like the team that's doing the emailing and the people who are doing the canvas flyers and hiring those things out depending on what it is that you want to do and what you don't want to do, and using that pool of people around you to be able to lift. And like for instance right now, I know I saw Deb just pop on, and Deb is the publisher of Warrior Women, officially. So it's incredible because that's how we do it, right? So now Deb is our new publisher, and we're able to lift Deb, and she's able to lift all these new girls just from being in the rooms, and and also with her speaking. I know she just spoke at the event for you, and then she's also spoken at the Warrior Women BALM Global event. And to see like Deb and her, not only her company, but her individuality, her authenticity, like all of these things, it's a beautiful mix of empowering individuality, leadership, and heart-centered women. And we've done the work to get them all in the room already. So then all you have to do is show up and want to receive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I love that, rather than compete, right? That's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally believe that collaboration is the new currency, right? That's what they've been saying for quite some time. And I have been seeing that more often than not. And it has been just a true testament that we can do it, that it is possible, that women do not have to do this alone. They don't have to fight about it. Like, first of all, some of us are in all different states. Some of us service the different age ranges, right? Some of us service in different fields. But let's say all of those are exactly the same. And there's just going to be times in our lives that, we're either really, really busy or we're not busy at all. And what is it going to hurt with sharing your community, the people that you serve, the women that are investing in you? It's not going to hurt anyone by saying, hey, this is an amazing podcaster. You have to be on her podcast. She can coach you on podcasting. I can do that. But it's okay to say she can do it too. Why not? Like, you give them options and a choice. You're all serving each other anyway. So it's been beautiful to really see that, right? I know how to get a tax ID number, but do I want to do it? No. I say, you know what? You want to start up your business, you want to get an LLC, you need to call Christina Roman. or you need something with your taxes, you need to call Judith Diaz. And I've done taxes for many years. I don't want to do it anymore, and maybe she doesn't want to, but I know that I have a list of everyone I've spoken to. I know who does what. And when I'm in these events, I'm going in there with that spreadsheet in my head, that visual, right? Because I'm the document queen. It's a miracle I don't have a notebook of them and saying, wait, hold up. Who can I refer you to? But I have been so intentional about all of you ladies and what you do and how you serve that when I go into these rooms, I already know who I need to connect with, like who I need them to connect with. Give me your number. And I've done it. I've done it so many times with your sister-in-law, Elizabeth Cruz. I got someone that does fashion. I got someone that does things on some other things she's interested in. And that's the first thing. Hey, I got some connections. Here's the email. And I'm telling them I have someone you need to speak to. You need a bookkeeper for nonprofit. You want to get personal budgeting together, yada, and of course you want to be in an anthology. You want to leave legacy. You need to connect with Desiree Cruz. And it's so beautiful to see that a lot of our ladies are in series 1 and 2. That has been beautiful to be able to share. And that's what collaboration looks like. No competition. We don't even know what that is. We don't know what that looks like anymore in our circle. I love that. It's so important. It's so important.
I love it so much because what it says is that you're confident, right? So when you're connecting people on purpose because you know that they can serve them, either because you just can't right now at this time, or because you know that this person can serve them better. Like that shows just pure confidence. And it also is like it's a different kind of empowerment because it's saying, hey, listen, as much as I know that I can do this really well, I just don't have the time necessarily maybe right now to be able to pour in the way that I want to. So let me introduce you to this person, right? Who can do that for you. So because that stuff comes back around. It comes all the way back around. And I love that. I love when those kinds of conversations are happening rather than, the competitive kind of talk that happens where it's things like, you shouldn't go work with them. You should come work with me. Like those kinds of right. So it's the way that we use, the language of collaboration rather than pressuring people to feel like they're competing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the one thing that I love about the speakers too, Nick, is like when, with the speakers, it's like nobody's competing. Nobody. Yeah. The keynotes are not competing against each other. It's like everybody's individually shining. So it's just within the speaking part of this, like it's just amazing to feel the full unit of it, right? It's like you can feel the collaboration and the empowerment in the room of us lifting each other and dancing each other on the way to the stage,
Yeah. And even the VIPs, all through the VIPs, they were so impactful, even with less time. Like we had Sister Sonia not even complete her 5 minutes. And she was like, oh my goodness, she like totally blew up that room when it came to just really being just thankful of everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that we've been through. But because we're here in this room and we're still alive and we can still live to tell that story that can help someone else be like, oh, I'm not alone. That is what it's about. And I just love, love, love it. And perfect example as well. And we'll end here and then we'll just give you a quick recap. But, just going back to Deb, Danielle Lawrence, who was one of our keynotes at the 2-year anniversary. She was also at the Warrior Women. At that time, she wasn't a member, then became a member after that event. And we had her as a keynote. I got to hear on When Women Empower. But when we first met, she needed to get her book up and running in like 14 days. And we were just starting the BALM Global Publishing when we were starting our Taking Off the Shades and our BALM Global and our Everyday Hero. And of course, I knew of Deb. I'm like, okay, I had just spoken with her and I said, I got someone for you, because I could have taken it on. We could have done it. I had the visual, I was going to start really doing like the Canva book cover and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? Let me leave it to the professional, right? Let me give her something that can handle, because we're growing. I said, let me just connect her with Deb. Connected her. She got it in less than the 14 days she was looking for. She was ready to rock and roll. And the best part about it, what I loved about it, I didn't make any income out of that. And it was okay. I was just so happy to get a message like, Nicky, you are a lifesaver. Thank you so much for connecting me with Deb. Like, that is what it's about. Those testimonies, that even just one small act of kindness made a difference in someone else. And then the result of that, the return of investment of me just connecting to people that didn't cost me anything, gave me a powerhouse member that I can mentor, coach. And she's like tearing it up, right? She's about to host her first webinar in February. Like, this is what it's about. And it's definitely not about competition at all. Again, it's not even in my dictionary anymore. Someone had mentioned to me that they need to remove some things out of some dictionaries, and I'm totally on board with that. That doesn't even make sense, but this has been amazing. I just, again, continue to just appreciate everything you do, Desiree, how you show up, the ideas that flow through your brain, and the way we can bounce them back and forth and really create something special. So what I do want to reveal is that our theme for this last year was heart-centered leadership, which will always be that would be the core, but we're really going to focus on women, the acronym of women. So more to come on that. It is about, from head to toe, inside and out, how you are going to break through and really make an impact in 2025 and beyond. And it doesn't, you don't have to wait until August. Lock in your spot now. Get connected with us. And Desiree will tell you how to do it.
Yeah, I would love to do a call to action for anybody looking to be a keynote at this time. We have one spot left. So please reach out to me and Nicky privately and let us know if you're interested in that spot. And we can send you the PDFs that are involved with understanding the information and all the things that come with being a keynote speaker. We already have had multiple people sign up for the VIP speaking spots. Those are very limited. And the reasoning is because we want to be able to have enough time to be able to give each other their own sacred space in the event. So, which we allow for some processing and things after you hear the speaker. So it doesn't just feel like speaker after speaker after speaker. We want to do things other than just that so that you can really process the information. So the VIP speaking is something that I think we have some limited spots left as well. So if you want to do a VIP speaking spot in this is an opportunity for you to be able to get on a stage and to get a little glimpse of what it's like to be in women empowerment and to get your message out and your mission heard and to show up. Also, we have two phenomenal leaders who are very heart-centered, who want to connect, and collaborate. So that's our mission. That's what we stand in. And we are happy to do so for everybody involved in both spaces and outside of this. So if you feel like there is someone that needs to be in this room, please connect them, show them our video and say, hey, this one was a phenomenal event that I invested in. And I highly suggest that you do the same. Because what we want to do is we want to reach the women who really need the community. So we want to reach the women who don't really necessarily know what women empowerment like looks like, and have a space where we're doing that. So we feel so confident in modeling what we're doing with that. And we know that there's a lot of women out there who have not seen this live. So we want to show them what that looks like live. That's a completely different experience when it's live.
Yes.
So please refer your friends, bring your teens, bring your nieces.
Yes. Yes, your granddaughters. Yes, we definitely, again, it's all about not just our current demographic in the age range that we fall in, but also our babies. Our babies need to, our young teens, our daughters, our nieces, our granddaughters that are maybe, they have not been exposed to this, or they have been exposed to something and you're just not seeing that they're heading the right direction. We want them in this room. They need to be in this room. Just with the experience of, hosting my first event, and a mom that couldn't come to the event because she didn't have a babysitter. We don't want that to be the case. We want to make sure that you can bring them and be able to, he was 4 at the time, but let me tell you, he was paying more attention to the speakers than the adults were. And he was like right there greeting them as they were coming in when their songs were coming up. And to see my granddaughter, to see my cousin's daughter at the 2-year, Willow, which they will all be, members of Ladies of Leadership, will have their daughters part of members of Ladies Rising. Surprise, surprise, Desiree, that is actually a new benefit heading into 2025. If you come in as a member with Ladies of Leadership, we are going to mentor your daughters, your nieces, your granddaughters, because they need to be a part of this journey with you. Not only do you become a role model for them, but they also have a role model that we didn't have many moons ago. And it's so important. And that's what Warrior Women BALM Global does as well as a unit, is bring them in the room, let them see what beautiful shining stars they can be as well.
Amen, girl.
Yes.
I love this so much. This has been incredible. And I thank you so much for your time and for I know this is a busy holiday season, but I really love the fact that we had some girls come in and take a little bit of time to be able to come in and hear what we're talking about, and to get everybody excited about the mission, and to be able to come together on a beautiful summer weekend at Warrior Women BALM Global too.
Yes. And not only that, we have been respectively in our separate businesses, have been like totally killing it, making sure that, the impact still goes. So I just want to give you props, Mama, for just continuing to show up and step up like a true warrior woman and a leader that I know I want to have in my life for the rest of my life. So I just want to thank you for all that you do and the sisterhood that we've created. And I hope you've been inspired to really connect with us and just see what this is all about and just experience it. And again, you're not going to know until you're in the room. You don't have anything to compare it to, or if you do, trust me, it would not be anything you've ever experienced before. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast with your girl, Nicky C, and her sidekick today, Desiree Cruz, all the way from New York, sending love your way. As I always say, have a great day and make it count, which is also a Make It Count recipient as well. All right. Talk to you ladies soon, or talk to everyone who's watching this. Share it, subscribe. Don't keep it to yourself. Have a great one. And again, make it count.